Hi, welcome to PasturePalsER Equine Rescue. I'm Alex. I'm the co-founder, and we have some amazing animals here that all need homes. We started out back in 2012 when Keith brought home the most abused animal I've ever seen survive. I was a store manager helping up in South Carolina when I came home for the weekend, and he brought a little ragged single horse red trailer rolled into my backyard Sunday morning. I jumped out to see what was in it. She was starving, she was shaking, she was sweaty, she was scared out of her mind. She had scars all over her body. And when they unloaded her, she fell and cut her leg, but would not let anyone near her to help her. I got angry, and I was, whose horse is this? What is she doing here? And Keith came out of the back door with a big smile on his face and said, "It's your horse now." We did not have stalls, we did not have fences, we did not have ropes, we did not have feed, we did not have anything for a horse. We'd never even talked about getting a horse, but here we had a horse. So we went to building and fixing. The most important thing here is that we need lots of people. We're all volunteers. No one here gets paid except for the vet and the farrier. And when we created our 501c3, that's the way we set it up, so that the animals come first. Their feed is the first priority, the vet care is the second priority, and their hoof care is the third priority, and that's the way it works. If a human needs something, they either need to get it donated or else they need to buy it themselves, because this is all about the animals. We have places where volunteers stay with us so that they can volunteer with us. We have volunteers everywhere, and we enjoy having people just come and stay for a week or two to volunteer and help with the animals, because we need all the help we can get. The more people that these animals are exposed to, the better the animals are going to be. And we also have an open house the third weekend of every month. The next one will be November 15th. So that all the animals get exposed to the kids, and kids are the best desensitizers in the world for animals. They get adopted, they get more volunteers, we get a lot out of that one day a month. If I had more volunteers, we could do more outreach into the community to teach people. A lot of these people, they get the animals and they don't know, they just don't understand. All they need is grass and love. No, they need a vet, they need a farrier, they need shots, they need coggins, they need a lot. And people just don't understand the cost. Usually it costs about $3,000 a year to do basic care for an equine. And that cost doesn't change other than food for the little ones. All of the shots and coggins and everything are the same price. So people don't realize it, and then the horse suffers, and then they're looking for a way out. We also get animals from when animal control is called on people, and the animal control tells them either get rid of the animal or we charge you, and so they call us. May 24th, 2013, we became a 501c3 nonprofit. Since then, we have had over 300 adoptions, and that's what we do. That's our feed, and that should be full. This is the day we go buy more feed. So, and supplements. And you can see the feed charts on the wall showing them how to put the food so everybody gets the right medicine and gets separated properly. Out there in the back you can see Jasper's the donkey going out the door right now. And this is Zeke. Zeke is a hinny, which means his daddy was actually a horse and his mom was a donkey. They're not natural normally, you don't have those. We know that he was in a cow pasture, and he also came to us without even having the permission to come. He just showed up. He's about 28 years old now, and he was actually adopted. He jumped out of the trailer and came home when they were going down Highway 70. So he's kind of a permanent resident now. He busted his tooth and his lip and had bruises on all 4 feet, but he was headed home. And somebody called me and said, "There's a pony on Highway 70. I went to go check, and I was like, "That's Benny." So I called the girl with the trailer and told her that Benny had escaped her trailer. Short-haired sheep, they don't have wool. They actually shed like a dog. Her name is Alberta. And this is a goat named Lily. Okay. That's Baby. Baby is a Pekingese miniature Manchester mix. A guy told us he had some feed for us. I went to load up the feed. As I was loading up the feed, he said, "Oh, I got something else for you," and he came out of the barn with a rooster. We actually have to quarantine some horses when they haven't had their shots and coggins. So we built this stall, which is bigger than a normal stall, because the horse has to stay in there for 21 days. 21 days is the gestation period for strangles, which is one of the nastiest. They get infections, the infection busts and yellow ooze. It's really nasty. And so if they have not had their shots and coggins, they have to stay in here until their coggins comes back, and 21 days to make sure they don't have the strangles. So we have a window so they can see the other animals, and we have their own water bucket, their own feed bucket, and we have mats in there so that they're not standing on concrete. But this is a way so that they can still see out and see the other animals, but they can't touch. We got to do what we got to do, and so these guys will stay healthy and happy. And as you can see, they're pretty fat and healthy and happy, these guys. They love people now. Where most of them came to us, you couldn't get within 30 feet of them. They were absolutely terrified, just like the Henny and the mule are now. But they come up to you and demand attention now. And that's just the best feeling in the world. When you see bones and the bones start going away and there's no more ridge on their back and their hip bones don't stick out anymore, and you know that they're healthy and they get shiny from our high protein, low sugar food. We need help. You can see the wheelbarrows are rusting out, the muck rakes are being broken. We need stuff. We need stuff. We need land. Right now we are overcrowded here, and so I am turning away 10 horses a week. 10 horses a week that I'm saying I don't have any room, and I'm giving them other numbers for other rescues, and they're all saying we don't have any room. So the only way that we can do more is if we have more volunteers and if we have more land. Right now we are down to just my home, and all of my home is donated for Pasture Pals to use. The only private spaces in my home is my husband's bedroom and bathroom. The rest of the home is used for volunteers. This is not enough space. They need space where they can run, where they can build muscle. We need a pasture, another pasture. We're looking, 5 acres would be adequate. Bigger would be better. 5 acres is what we need right now. But we could work with even less. If we can just get them out in a space where they can run, that would make a huge difference in their health. I'm not talking about human stuff. I'm talking about animal stuff. They can't build muscle in a little place. They can run here and play, but it's not like running out in a pasture. Hardest part of what we do is when we're too late. When we get the animal too late to save it. And we just do the best we can to make it happy and healthy and comfortable before the last kindness, so that it knows what love is, and it knows people who do care and do know what to do for it. Right now in this country, there's 190,000 equines every year that go to slaughter, either in Canada or in Mexico, or donkeys shipped direct to China where they use them for meat and their skins to make medication. People don't realize that when you're breeding animals that don't have any numbers and don't have any papers, they're basically considered worthless. And when you send them to the sale, 90% of the time they're going to be picked up by kill buyers. We bring the animals in just like good parents teach their kids to be good citizens so they can go out and have a life of their own. We bring the animals in and we get them healthy, and we help them to like people again and find out that people aren't horrible. Then we train what we can. We are not professional trainers by any means, but we both have very much experience. We have found that most of these animals are very forgiving and very loving, even though they've been through the worst hells imaginable. The animals never stop coming.